few years before he wrote 1984, George Orwell put his ideas into nonfiction form in his essay Politics and the English Language, in which he states his 6 rules of writing. I first read this essay back in college, and following these 6 rules, or keeping them in mind whether I choose to follow them or break them, especially the last one, has never failed to serve me well as a writer. Here they are, let me know what you think. The problem, as Orwell sees it, is that the whole tendency of modern prose is away from concreteness. Inflated language, cliche, jargon, euphemism, all of these are signs of laziness and or insincerity in the writer, and the acceptance of them is a sign of laziness and or complacency in the reader. For Orwell, but if thought corrupts language, language can also corrupt thought. A bad usage can spread by tradition and imitation, even among people who should and do know better. Now, Orwell says this in the context of admitting that he himself commits the sins he complains about and has committed each one of them in this essay. For instance, he advises us not to use passive voice in a sentence which uses passive voice. So the disease affects everyone, even the doctor trying to prescribe for it. But this disease does have a cure, and that cure is not some old-fashioned pedantry or linguistic conservatism. Instead, Orwell prescribes that what is above all needed is to let the meaning choose the word, and not the other way around. When we think of concretes, we think of the object first, or the event, and then we try to find the right words to express it. When we think in abstractions, we tend to call the word to mind first, and then other related abstract terms tend to come in and fill the gaps, at the expense of blurring or even changing your meaning. In response to the lazy thinking endemic to modern writing, Orwell gives us 6 rules to follow to keep our prose as clear as possible. Number 1, never use a metaphor, simile, or other figure of speech which you are used to seeing in print. In other words, avoid cliches. Never use a long word where a short one will do. In other words, don't be pretentious. If it is possible to cut a word out, always cut it out. Longer doesn't mean better. As a matter of fact, it's usually the opposite. Never use the passive where you can use the active. Doesn't mean never use passive voice. Just means don't use it if you can reasonably avoid it, because the active reads quicker, it reads stronger, it's more alive, and it's more attention-grabbing, less boring, less confusing. There are times when you need to use passive voice, but the active should take dominance in your prose most of the time. Never use a foreign phrase, a scientific word, or a jargon word if you can think of an everyday English equivalent. Again, don't be pretentious. Rule 6, break any of these rules sooner than say anything outright barbarous. So they're not really rules, more like guidelines. I first read this essay and applied it to my own writing in a prose style class back in college, and it made me a better writer almost instantly. But that said, there is a reason why I reread and teach this essay every year. I still catch myself committing all of these word crimes, and I need the constant reminder to check myself before I wreck myself. I suggest you take a look at some of your own writing and see if you can spot some Orwellian sins. Do you use stale cliches instead of original images? $100 words where 10-cent words will do? Use weak phrases instead of specific nouns and strong verbs? Make liberal use of passive voice because you think it makes you sound educated? It doesn't. Load your prose with jargon words and isms to keep your meaning nice and vague? If so, if any of this applies to you, take heart. We all do it. And we can all find our way out of the mire. Per Orwell, if you simplify your English, you are freed from the worst follies of orthodoxy. This is crucial because, for Orwell, orthodoxy of whatever color seems to demand a lifeless, imitative style. This is one of the huge complaints that he's illustrating in 1984. The problem of orthodoxy, everyone being 100% orthodox, 100% to the letter on their beliefs. This is what leads to lazy thinking, lazy writing, poor communication, and down the road, political disaster. So getting beyond that style is a significant step in starting to think for ourselves, like individuals, like human beings, like writers. Try applying these rules to your own work, especially in rewriting or revising, and see how your prose improves. So there they are. What do you think of Orwell's 6 Rules of Writing? Have you read 1984? What did you think of that? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and like and subscribe while you're down there. Consider clicking the join button, becoming a member. And until next time, use language carefully. Good luck and good writing. Peace.